decolonizing the forehead. I was reminded of my school and college days. Growing up with granny got me enormous benefits. I would get the best of sweets and savories and was a pampered child. I was like a last kid. But granny would also give me a lot of good things, and I'm reminded of that today. Every morning, I would apply something on my forehead before going to school. And before going to bed in the night, after washing my face, I would apply something on my forehead and then only go to sleep. Years passed by. I went to study BCom in a college and was used to carrying my lunchbox to college. What happened one day was I forgot to carry the lunchbox. Therefore, they sent a person with the lunchbox to the college. They told him, Rajesh, first year, that's all. My office staff came to the college and said he wanted to see me and hand over the lunchbox. The receptionist said, how do you identify a Rajesh out of 3,000 students? He said he's doing first year. Then the receptionist smiled and said, 1,000 people are there in first year. Then he said, this guy will be wearing glasses. He said, 200 boys will be wearing glasses. And finally, the driver was at his wit's end. He said, no, you should remember this guy, my boss's grandson will be having one small puttu or, one line bindi on his forehead. Immediately the receptionist said, take the first right staircase, go up, the second classroom, you can find that boy. Believe me, you'll be really surprised to learn that this was way back in 1985 when I was hardly 16 and a half years old. Even at that time, the foreheads had got colonized. Most of the boys did not put anything on. And so much so, I would be made fun of. And one day I decided to go out without anything on my forehead to a nice birthday party as a youngster, just before I got married. Two of my friends who had made fun of me, they told me, hey Rajesh, your face is looking very hot today. Why? What happened? Are you upset with something? I said, no, I'm perfectly fine. But there's something different on your face. And then they said, oh, that pottu, that little thing that you keep on your forehead, it's missing today. And your face is looking very odd and we don't like it. Next time, please keep it and come, no matter who makes fun of you. And today, I find women not placing bindis on their forehead. And when I go to the shop where they sell vermilion powder or paste, they tell me that it's only the men who buy and none of the women are buying. I try to source the best vermilion powder or the kumkumam powder and use that. And I found a source where they produce it organically. They say it wards off a bad eye, drishti, and also it helps us to focus on life. And notwithstanding, it adds to a personality. So, you can never see me without this. And we got colonized, man. That's why we've rubbed it off. Earlier, all the Indians, men and women alike, sported something on their forehead based on the region, the belief system, or prayers. The Madhva Brahmins had that black thing with one thin black line. The Vaishnavites, that red line with the white U. The Shaivites, 3 or 4 lines of Vibhuti or the holy ash with the vermilion in the center. Some people had a sandalwood paste bindi. Different kinds of them or combinations of that. There would be a raksha, a protecting thing, which was an outcome of all the homams. Once you do a yagya or homa, that black thing will be kept on your forehead. And that was also being, used by everybody. Today we are talking about Make in India. Yes, Make in India, Digital India, innovation in India, born in India, living in India, culture of India. Let us promote it by decolonizing our foreheads, by sporting this bindi or whatever is of your choice every day. Please remember that. If somebody could identify me out of 3,000 students, it was only because of this. And even today, people identify me only for the same reasons. And let all of us be identified similarly. Thank you. Namaskar.